The second hour on the 16th day of May. 866-582-9933. That's the number to call, but you knew that. 866-582-9933. Very happy to introduce my next guest. He is the master blaster of the Internet. He is the founder and the jefe and the president of Wellness Warriors, my friend and colleague, the Commander, a.k.a. Mark Denning. Welcome aboard, Commander.
Hey, Dr. G. Aloha.
Aloha, buddy. Hey, yeah, that's right. You just got back from a nice little vacation in Hawaii. How was it?
I don't know the Hawaiian word, but I'm going to go back.
Which island?
Nikki's looking for a DOD job for me so we could just move there. But
yeah, I bet. It's a beautiful place. Which island were you at?
We were on Oahu.
Oh, Oahu. Very, very nice. Was it windy there all the time? Was it always a nice little breeze?
Always. You know, Waikiki Beach, just a phenomenal place, and very few people spoke English there. Crazy.
Was it mostly Chinese, Japanese, Oriental people?
Pretty big mix, but there are a lot of Oriental people, you know, and it kind of cracks me up when they fly in on the airplane. They all wear the same color jacket, but that's their thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting slice of life, certainly, especially when you start to travel, you know, more than 3 hours away from the United States. It's really a mind opener to see how other people live and the cultural things that everybody's into. So, how many coconuts did you eat, Commander? Be honest.
Be honest? Well, none of them hit me in the head. And I hear that more people die. Yeah, more people die from being hit on coconuts than being hit by lightning every year. That's an interesting statistic. Or being attacked by a shark, my friend.
Imagine that.
I know.
Holy smokes. Well, boy, I'm jealous. That's always got to be good to get away. You know, I have to build that into the routine here. Get away for at least, I think the statistics are the United States I think Japan might take the least amount of vacations of any country in the world, but I think the U.S. is second to that. People in European countries, it's 4-6 weeks a year they're on vacation, and that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Really
the cool thing about building a longevity business is that after you've worked it up, after you put your nose to the grindstone for 20, 30, 40 hours a week for a couple of years, well, after that, you can coast a little bit and you can crank it back to part-time, and still the company grows, still your downline grows, still things get done. And, you know, that affords people the ability to be able to travel a lot more, to be able to have a lot more time with their family and friends, and this is such a fantastic thing. So did you get sunburned or what?
No, actually I didn't. Mrs. Commander did a little bit. Of course, she's the kahuna out there. She took the surfboard out and then, I did go snorkeling the last day at Santa Moana Cove. Just want to plug that place. That was beautiful.
I bet.
By the way, she talked me into it. I really wasn't going to go because I hadn't worked out with the fins and a mask in many, many, many years. But you know what? Just snorkeling off that reef, man, I could have did that all day.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is a whole nother world. I became a certified scuba diver when I was 17 years old. And
smart, man.
Just being able to be under the water in a pool, breathing, is such a cool experience. And to be able to be floating around with the fish, even just with a snorkel, the reefs out there are awesome. That's one thing I miss. That's one thing I miss about the Midwest. Right, we're a little landlocked here, and the Great Lakes just aren't the same. They're not the same.
No,
so what do you say, Commander?
In Lake Michigan, man.
What do you say we get right to the phones and answer some health questions? Are you up for it?
We probably should because even on the Warriors page, I'm telling you, man. We are, like you were talking to Mike, we are, man, just rolling. That was a great talk with Mike Randolph. I really appreciated his, what can I say, his words at the convention, man. That's when I rock.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite of the longevity celebrities. So how many active members are there now on Wellness Warriors?
Well, let's see. As of today, there are over 722.
Boy, you got to love
got
that.
17 new ones. It's real easy to do that. You can either friend me, Mark Denning, right? Or you have to ask to be a member, because I just don't let everybody in. But if you're in the longevity family, that is a common denominator. You are in. And that's how we teach people how to recover their health more than one way. Because you and Doc, like you said about Doc Wallach, when he proposed it as a multi-level marketing, you were kind of like thinking about it. And only hitting 300 people a year. We're hitting probably 300 people a day now. It's phenomenal.
It's a big difference. Yeah, and this is why we do what we do. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And go to Facebook and just do a search for the group Wellness Warriors. That's with a Z. Wellness Warriors with a Z at the end. And join up with us. It's only open to longevity members, so you have to be a longevity member first. All right, Commander, let's get her done. Let's go right to the phones here. Kathy from Calgary is calling first with an update on what's going on. Hey, Kathy, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
Good, Kathy. What's
Good.
going on?
Well, you know me, and we've talked before. My husband is still having a very serious issue with ED, and it is killing him. He goes to sleep, let's say, as much as a man cries, he goes to sleep completely discouraged, and he's ready to go back to an MD. And we're on pretty much everything that you suggested. I could list it for you if you want.
Well, the problem is erectile dysfunction, right?
Yes.
How long's he had it?
Well, it started maybe 5 years ago or so.
Okay, and how long has he been doing the longevity stuff?
Since October.
Okay, so let me count. So did you start at the beginning of October or at the end of October?
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I apologize.
All right, so let's say you did it in all of October. Well, from October to November, that's one. November to December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, it's been 7 months.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
A lot worse.
Oh, that's interesting. Does he have any other health conditions like high blood pressure or anything else at all?
Well, he has had high blood pressure, but it's down now since he started longevity. It went down the first month.
Yeah. So was there an improvement anywhere else besides the blood pressure?
Well, when I had my terrible flu 3 weeks ago, he didn't get it, and everybody else in the house did.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Other than that, he does have some arthritis issues that just started, a year ago or so, and that's not really better yet. Yeah, the arthritis isn't better.
At all?
Not really, not yet. But,
okay, all right. Well, so then therein lies the rub, right? So there's only two reasons that medical nutrition doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're not taking the right stuff, or you're not absorbing the stuff that you're taking, or, you just haven't taken it for long enough, right? He's definitely been taking this long enough. Mm-hmm. Now, he's doing something right because the blood pressure got better.
Yes.
But I certainly would have expected the arthritic thing to budge even just a little bit, 10, 20, 30% in 7 months.
Well, he may have a kidney issue. He's seeing the old MD tomorrow for the results of some kind of kidney test.
Why does he think he has a kidney issue?
I have no idea. There might be a cyst or something, and I don't know anything about it. We're going to find out tomorrow. But,
was he having
issues.
Well, but look, everything's connected here. Was he having back pain or bloody urine, or why did he think he had a kidney thing?
No, I don't know. I guess this MD kind of likes to do all the tests and found something, and so we don't know anything about that.
Well, if it's a cyst on the kidney, then that's a non-starter. That's like sleep apnea. It's a non-disease. The kidney cysts are baked into the cake. You're born with cysts on your kidney. They don't develop. You're born with them. They are a birth defect. You can live your entire life with kidney cysts, and your kidney functions properly, and then they do an ultrasound of your abdomen because you have pain in your appendix, and they see that you've got a cyst in your kidney, and they get all excited because now they're going to make $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 grand doing surgery when it's absolutely, completely unnecessary. Commander, what are your thoughts about this erectile dysfunction and the arthritic thing not budging? What are you thinking when you hear that?
I'm thinking that he is not absorbing his nutrients as well as can be yet. Like you said, it is so important that you're all in when you have issues like that, because if you're not, then you're not giving your body a chance. And it sounds
okay,
like
so I don't think he's completely gluten-free. I have been bugging him, and I never cook with gluten. But, if he's hungry, he'll grab a granola bar, and I tell him not to. I don't want it in the house.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the problem, right?
You think that's the issue? Okay.
Well, look, we have to be
part of it.
Yeah, we have to be rational here, right? So, number one, he has three things that we have had a great deal of success with medical nutrition supporting and promoting the healthy function of. One of the things, the high blood pressure, he's already gotten over, but the other two things haven't budged. So
he's still on Ramipril a little bit because he's scared to go off of it with that right eye situation where he lost the sight in it years ago when he had it lasered. Remember I told you retinopathy, or what do they call that? Where he, what's that right word? I can't remember the occlusion, retinal occlusion. From high blood pressure. And now that his blood pressure's down, I don't think he needs to take Ramipril, but it might affect the sexual function.
Well, you want to look that right up right away. I mean, that's the first thing to consider. I wasn't even aware that he was on any more prescription meds, but when, where there's smoke, there's fire. And when you hear hoofbeats, right? So I would do a Google search for Ramipril and see if erectile dysfunction is one of the side effects. And is he on any other meds besides that?
No.
Well, all right. So look to see whether or not, or even call a pharmacist because they probably have a more extensive database, and see if erectile dysfunction is a function of Ramipril, number one. Number two.
He's afraid to get off of it, though, because of the the eye. Because he lost his sight in one eye.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, impotence is an adverse effect of Ramipril.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
All right, so it's a drug effect. He's got to stop it. So you got to educate him about this. We're up against the hard break here. Hold on, Kathy. We'll be back with you after these messages. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden here, kicking it with the commander today, a.k.a. Mark Denning. Check it out at Wellness Warriors with a Z on Facebook. Join now or forever hold your peace. Now, we're talking to Kathy from Calgary. Kathy, the long and the short of this is that the first thing to consider when you see things that just don't budge, we would have expected this to budge, so then the most common thing to think is that, well, it's going to be a side effect of the drug, and you look it up, and son of a gun, it's a side effect of the drug. So he can't expect to get over the erectile dysfunction unless he stops taking the drug, and if his blood pressure is normal, he just needs to have a long talk with his doctor, if that's who he's going to believe. That, he's not going to get another eye problem because his blood pressure is normal. You don't just get, funky eyes because you have an eyeball. There's always a root cause of it. So he just needs to be brought up to speed. And also, I would challenge him to go gluten-free 100% for 4 weeks. And in that 4-week timetable, have him do an inventory, a daily inventory of his arthritic pain, right? Okay. Write a little list, so, knee pain, elbow pain, back pain, whatever, and give it a score, 0 out of 10 every day over the course of 4 weeks while he's gluten-free. And guaranteed, if he does that, continues to take the supplements, he'll see a day-to-day or a week-by-week diminution in the numbers of that graph, and that should give him a hope to carry on.
What about ProstFX? Do you recommend that? Because that used to be in Wallach Stud Pack, right?
Yeah, well, you can use ProstFX, but if the prostate's not swollen, then you don't need it.
Oh. Okay.
What he needs to do is stop the damn drug, because the drug is causing the erectile dysfunction, and I don't care how many supplements he takes.
Okay.
Right.
That ain't never going to go away until he stops the drug. I mean, it's just that simple.
Okay.
So have him have a conversation with his doctor about the relationship between high blood pressure and the old eye injury, and that might set his mind at ease.
Did you have anything to say about GTO6 or Passion Sexual Enhancement Drink, the Purex?
Yeah, it's going to make a difference, kind of, because he's got to stop the medication, Kathy.
Oh, okay, so it's not going to help. Okay.
No matter what he does, a lot of times people experience joint pain as they get well.
Yes.
Because of
okay,
the
that's
regeneration of new tissue, too. So, you know, that may be an issue as well. So that's why we want you to quantify his pain and where it is.
Okay. Well, thanks. These are awesome suggestions. Thanks very much.
All right, Kathy. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much for the call. Going to California now, one of my favorite states, one of my favorite countries in the world, the People's Republic of California. Talking to Linda, who's calling with liver issues. Hey, Linda, thanks so much for the call. You are live.
Hi, Doctor. Hi, Dr. Glidden. How are you doing?
Good. How can I help?
I have someone who's I think he's about 5'9", 200. He's 240 pounds. He would like to lose about 60 pounds, and he has fatty liver.
Oh yeah.
So,
and that's it.
Yep. And then someone with white spots on their skin. What should they do about that?
Well, they need to move to Iceland, because then they'll just blend right in, and they won't stand out.
Iceland. Yeah, and they'll never see him because they'll always have to wear a parka. Nice.
So, all right. Wow. So here's the deal with the fatty liver, right? That's a selenium thing. In order to support and promote the structure and function of the liver, we go overboard with selenium, of course, on top of, right, the Healthy Start Pack appropriate for body weight. Okay. So that's really the only secret sauce there is extra selenium. And, you know, if he's over 200 pounds, then he gets, if he can afford it, 4 bottles a month of that stuff. Right. That means he'll be taking 12 selenium a day. And selenium is best absorbed if taken between meals, actually. So, you know, 4 between breakfast and lunch, and 4 between lunch and dinner, and then 4 sometime between dinner and bed. That's a really good way to do it. And I'll let the commander tell you how to do the weight loss, because he is a walking, talking testimony. How much weight have you lost all told, Commander?
Oh, I lost 100.
Wow. Did you find it back? I mean, has it come back?
You know, over the winter I gained a couple back. But
well, how many? 2, 3, 4, 5? How many?
No, about 5.
5. Yeah.
5. Yeah, it was okay, because as soon as I got to Vegas and Hawaii, it was a done deal. Because, you know, we got to move around, and riding in the back of an ambulance 3 or 4 days a week, 13 hours a day, you get out every now and then, but you know, moving around is just very important, and that's like my, I don't know, what's that, joie de vivre? I gotta do that. So today I was already out in the garden, got my 15 minutes of vitamin D from the sun, and we're good to go, you know. So. All
right, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander lost 100 pounds, and he's going to tell Linda from California how he did it after these messages. Stick around. Right. This is Fire Your MD Now. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here, kicking it with the commander today. You have found your way to another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. Today is Thursday, May 16th. We're talking to Linda from California, who wants to know how her husband or somebody in her life can lose weight. Don't know if it's her husband, but in any event, I'm going to let the commander take it from here, because he is the walking, talking testimonial for weight loss, having lost over 100 pounds. Take it from the top, Commander.
Take it from the top. Well, the first thing you got to do, Linda, is you got to, have you been on a gluten-free diet?
No. I'm trying to.
You're trying. So this is a good opportunity for you and him to do the same thing, right?
Okay.
All right. So here's what I tell people to do. I say go to fireyourmdnow.com, sign up for Dr. Glidden's newsletter, right?
Okay.
And he sends you the good food, bad food list.
Oh, I do have that.
All right. So have you taken it, put it in a plastic sleeve, and plastered it to your fridge and say, this is the way we're going?
No, I haven't. I've been trying to do it on my own.
Don't do it on your own. It's easier with 2 people.
Okay.
You know? Okay. So post it on the fridge, and don't put that food in the house. Anything that's on that bad food list, don't put in the
Get rid of it.
Put that in the house. Yeah, okay. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Make a pact with everybody. Sit down with everybody. Then what you need to do is you need to get him on a Healthy Start Pack. But he's going to need, you said he weighed 240?
240, yeah.
Yeah. he's going to need at least 2.5 Healthy Start packs to start out with.
Okay.
Okay. So he's going to be taking 5 scoops of Beyond Tangy Tangerine every day.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be on 2.5 ounces of OsteoFX every day. Split that up. You can give him an ounce with breakfast, a tablespoon with lunch, and then before bed, give him an ounce before he goes to bed.
Okay.
Not only will it help, with what he's deficient in, it will help him sleep as very well. I love that stuff.
Okay.
He will be taking about 7 or 8 EFA Plus every day. He could take 9 if he wanted to because he's going to order 3 Healthy Start packs. He could just go all the way and do 3, 3, and 3 for the first month because he is so deficient because his body's been starving, not been thriving. So we need to replace the nutrients that he needs. So you could go 3, 3, and 3 with the OsteoFX Plus. It's not going to hurt him. And that's one of the great things about the Clemson study that came out from Dr. Wallach was that the safety of our products is amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the selenium, and then
the selenium, yes, he needs to take it between meals. He needs 4 capsules between breakfast and lunch, 4 between lunch and dinner, and then right before bedtime there in a space of time where stomach's empty, take 4 more. Also, too, you guys need to dial down to 1,200 calories a day. But, the first thing I would try to do is to get him to get the supplementation regimen going, to get that all going, because in about 2 or 3 weeks, he's going to stop having food cravings.
Okay.
Because when he's going to be getting rid of...
I'm sorry. Should he do the ASAP or the meal replacement shake?
No, he shouldn't do that right now.
Not right now.
Especially since he's not nutrified right now. He's under-nutrified. So if he did ASAP and he burned up all those fats, and Dr. Glidden and I well know that toxins are released when fats are burned, it will create a bigger oxidative burden on his system, and it can make him feel worse. I never used ASAP. I was 325 pounds. I got a hold of Dr. Glidden, and, I've kept that weight off for about 4 years now. And,
so the secret...
That hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome program, right? The secret sauce here, Linda, is that you have to fill his nutritional tank up with the Healthy Start Pack and the selenium for a couple of weeks. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Just have him get used to that, for the first month, more or less. Don't even count calories in the first month. Just have him eliminate the 10 bad foods, and you too, and have him get comfortable with taking the supplements every day like a religion. And then, starting on the 5th week, both you and he, if you need to lose weight, don't know if you do, but if you don't, okay, then just him, he needs to dial in 1,200 calories or less a day. 1,200 calories or less a day starting on the 5th week. And, once his body's nutrified, 1,200 calories a day will be relatively easy to do. If he's having hunger pangs between meals with 1,200 calories a day, then you can use a product called Prohoba Slim, which is sold by Youngevity as an appetite suppressant for a couple of weeks until he gets used to eating 1,200 calories a day. And once he's eating 1,200 calories a day and he's eliminating the 10 bad foods and he's taking the 90 essential nutrients in the Healthy Start Packs, he's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds a week. And that's a slow and steady recipe for success. If after he's been doing that for a couple of months, if after, he's been doing 1,200 calories a day for 8 weeks, if after that he wants to accelerate the weight loss, then he can use the ASAP program for a week or two at a time. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do the ASAP until at least the 3rd month.
Yeah.
Okay. What if he cannot afford 3 Healthy Start Packs?
That's a great question. All right, so we do 2. And if he can't afford to do 2, he does 1. And, if it's down to 1, What I would add into the bargain is a liquid plant minerals, a plant-derived minerals. So the kind of bare bones program for him would be 1 healthy start pack, 1 plant-derived minerals, and 1 bottle of selenium a month. That would be the bare bones minimum for him.
And so also, how much would he lose within that month if he goes down to 1 healthy start pack?
Well, it's all a function of 1,200 calories. That's the secret sauce here, is 1,200 calories. You know, if he didn't take any supplements at all and ate 1,200 calories a day, he'd lose weight. But it's very, very difficult to eat 1,200 calories when your body's undernutrified, and this is why everybody's overweight.
Right.
Because their bodies are starving to death, and it's forcing them to eat food. So we bring up the nutritional value, kind of amp that up, eliminate the 10 bad foods, and then just take it 1 week at a time. And, you know, for the white spots, what we do with that is more selenium and copper, and the selenium supplement has the extra copper in it, so that's what you want to do there. All right, Linda, does that sound like a plan? Thanks so much for the call. All right, I appreciate your call.
Take good care.
Going to Virginia next, talk to Stephanie about calcium toxicity. All right, sorry, we're going to go to Montana and talk to Elaine about hormonal issues. Thanks so much for the call, Elaine. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. It was a pleasure to meet you and Mike Randolph at the convention. I've talked to you before, and last time I talked to you, I was kind of brand new at all this, and since then I went a little bit crazy and made it all the way to presidential marketing director. So just a
how long did it take you to do that?
2.5 months.
2.5 months you went to presidential marketing director? I mean, that's got to be a
Mike
record.
remembers me because they had to scramble to grab a black blazer because I did it so fast they couldn't keep up with me.
What's your secret? How'd you do that?
I am excited. I got my health back, and I'm excited, and I've just got an awesome team that started working with me, kind of like you're Ashley and Duffy. I've got several of those kind of people, not quite that far yet, but, I mean, they're pushing me up the ladder.
Well, what part of Montana are you in?
I'm in the boonies. I'm way up here close to the Canadian border in a little town called Trigo, and literally in the midst of all this, I milk 3 Jersey cows twice a day.
Wow. Is that near Bonner's Ferry at all, or is that in Idaho?
Well, it's not near, but it's due east of there, maybe about 3 hours or so. But it's beautiful, beautiful country, yes. Yeah.
Well, God bless you. So really, really great.
I'm an excited girl. I love longevity, and I love you guys. I have a lady, she's 56 years old, around 200 pounds, and she said that the weight issues came on at the same time as the hormonal issues, and she thought she was pretty healthy, but then a few years ago she just suddenly became violently ill with pounding heartbeat and weakness and turned kind of gray. Had to go to the emergency room, just almost like had a sudden collapse. And I had heard you say before that sometimes when people are under extreme stress, and she said she's been under extreme stress for several years, all of a sudden it's like her body just completely shut down. And so she's been fighting with what she believes to be hormonal problems, and she did get hormone treatment that did seem to stop the pounding heart and some of these other issues. And they tried to get her on Premarin, horse urine, and I don't believe she took that very long at all. But then she got on bioidentical hormone replacement, and that's where she's still stuck.
Is all of her organs intact? Do you know? Is all her plumbing still there?
She had her uterus removed.
Years and years ago, or recently?
Quite a few years ago. It's quite a few years before she had this collapse that she actually had that partial hysterectomy. Well,
you know, collapses like this, or it's kind of the way that it goes here in North America, because, you know, it's all of a sudden the chicken's coming home to roost, because you lose a little bit of nutrients every day, and then you wake up and all of a sudden you got arthritis, like overnight. Seems like, holy smokes, where'd that come from? I was fine yesterday. Or you wake up all of a sudden you can't breathe, you've got asthma. It's like, holy crap, where did that come? I was fine yesterday. And that's why it's easy for medical professionals to convince the unwitting that it's genetic, right? That all of a sudden, oh, your genes switched on and we have no idea why. And, well, no, it didn't. It was just all of the under-nutrified chickens coming home to roost. The straws finally broke the camel's back, and then bada bing, bada boom, you've got a problem. And you see this every day, Commander, in the back of the ambulance. Isn't that right?
Yeah, these hospitals it's nuts because, like we were talking to that one lady in the beginning, her husband's going through all these tests. She's still on the cusp of things, But as we see it, so many people, it's a different arm of the same octopus that's causing these issues. And these people don't know this, but they want to have this test and that test and this test and that test. It's like,
yeah, and we wonder why we were in the middle of such an economic meltdown, right? So, all right. So, Elaine, the first thing to do here is just not overlook the obvious, right? So we want to do the Healthy Start Pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight.
Right.
And then 1 bottle of de-stress per 100 pounds of body weight per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods, right? That's a very, very good place to start. And, of course, if it is, in fact, a hormonal issue, then she has to eat a diet that's high in cholesterol. So eggs and butter and whole milk. Is there any place up there that you can get unpasteurized milk?
Yes, at Elaine's farm right here.
Well, you got to love it.
3 cows, man. 3 cows.
Well, so hook her up with some unpasteurized milk. Have her go heavy on eggs and butter and salt, plus the Healthy Start Pack, selenium, and the de-stress appropriate for body weight for 90 days, 90 days. And see if that gives her some traction.
Okay, I have another question when we come back from break, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, stick around. We'll talk to you as long as you need to. Montana's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Don't even think about touching that. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your friendly neighborhood naturopath with the Hefe of Hefes of the Wellness Warriors, the Commander, a.k.a. Mark Denning, and it looks like we are still talking to Elaine from Montana. So what's question number 2, Elaine?
Okay, Dr. Glidden, one last little input here on this lady with the hormone problems. She is using the bioidentical hormones as a safety net, a crutch, or a survival thing until she gets well. And I do believe, from my experience and from listening to you for all this time, that all these products will get her well. She had a question on, does Youngevity have any hormonal products that she could maybe use in the intern, like maybe the Woman's FX or the Woman's Hormone Balancer? Do you recommend either one of those?
Well, do you know what's the nature of the trouble? I mean, is she having hot flushes? Is she having mood swings or what?
Well, it seems that she needs progesterone.
Because why?
She's taking bioidentical progesterone.
Because why?
Well, because when she had the rapid heart rate and the kind of collapsing type issues, if she goes off of the hormones, apparently all of that returns.
Well, so when somebody's under-nutrified, it's a wild card. And you have no idea what's really causing the problem. It's like sailing into a harbor where there's a ton of fog. You have no idea where you're going. You just have to throw the anchor over the side until the fog burns away. So I wouldn't worry about doing anything extracurricular with her hormones now. Just keep her on the bioidentical hormones and give her the nutritional supplements for 90 days and then see what happens. And, after 90 days of being gluten-free and eliminating the 10 bad foods and increasing her cholesterol consumption and nutrifying her body, then we'll be in a much better place to understand how to proceed forward with, hormonal support or not. But I'm not just going to jump to that conclusion just because the knucklehead MD put her on bioidentical hormones.
Okay, and that was kind of my idea as well, but I wanted to hear it straight from you, and that sounds real good. Okay, the second fella is in his mid-50s. He's 180 to 200 pounds. I'm not sure exactly, but he's close in there. He's got some serious issues, and so I have a list here. He has renal artery stenosis, 70% blocked on both sides, uncontrolled hypertension, congestive heart failure, pulmonary hypertension, aortic calcification and infection, high cholesterol, which that's questionable what they mean by high cholesterol, COPD, peripheral vascular disease, left ventricular hypertrophy,
yeah.
Yes, and low G, little g, large G. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, well, you know what all that means, Commander, right?
Yeah, he's casting nutrition in a great way.
He's got the wrong doctor. I mean, he's got the wrong doctor disease. All of these conditions are facultative breakdowns brought on by chronic nutrient deficiencies. His MDs have let him down and let him down hard. He should sue them for medical malpractice because they are the reason that he's sick. They are the people that are responsible for his health care, and they've let him down. So the recommendation here, Commander, we've only got a minute and a half left, so I'm going to say thanks so much for logging on. It's always fun when you show up. I'll see you next Thursday, buddy. I appreciate everything that you do. Check him out on Wellness Warriors, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know what you're missing. So to wrap this up, Elaine, one anti-aging healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. One bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month. One bottle of Super KB, that's Super Kidney Bladder, Super KB per month. One bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules per month. And last but not least, one extra bottle of, two more things. One bottle of De-Stress per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and for the calcified arteries, the Cal Toddy. The only thing that makes calcium be deposited in arteries is a lack of magnesium. It's a magnesium deficiency. He's got to eliminate the 10 bad foods, start salting his food, increase his antioxidant production. But what I just recommended there is a really good program to support and promote the structure and function of his entire body. Yeah. So put him on that. Have him check it out. Keep your darn fingers crossed for 90 days and encourage everybody in your life to fire their MDs because look at what they've done. I'm Dr. Glidden here with the Commander, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.